Zena, thank you for coming after our warm handoff from Dr. Adams. You know that I am an addictions specialist with the team of social workers here at the hospital. And could you tell me a bit about what's brought you to this point where you're here talking to me?
Um, well, my doctor thinks I might have an addiction to um, caffeine. Mm-hmm. And says that it would be beneficial for me to stop drinking so much coffee throughout the day.
So, what does that look like for you?
Well, it's hard because I drink coffee all day to stay awake. I'm really busy with work and school and children, so caffeine really keeps me up all day, and then sometimes all night.
Yeah. And so, what benefits does he think that you would get from stopping drinking the caffeine?
Well, I guess I've developed hypertension and anxiety, so the doctor thinks if I reduce the caffeine intake that my anxiety level will go down.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like my anxiety will go up too because then I won't get as much done.
So, if you give it up, you might lose your anxiety, but if you don't give it up, you're still going to have anxiety.
Yeah. So I don't really see the benefit.
Okay. Can you tell me a bit more about what your, does this mean it's gone off? Shit. Is that going to keep happening?
It's still recording.
Oh, and I said everything. Okay. So does that mean, what does that mean? What do I say? Oh, anxiety, blah, 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 caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
How long has this been going on?
Probably for 4 years or so.
And was there a time before, can you tell me about times before drinking the caffeine, how you managed?
Well, I used to just drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, but that's before I had my kids and before I went back to school. And now it's just, I have so much to do. My life's totally changed. But before, I just drank a cup of coffee and I would exercise and I would go to work and then maybe I'd have a date with my now husband. But that was it. Our life was simple.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So just coffee and exercise was a big part of sounds like a big part of your life back then. How is it now?
Now I just drink coffee all day just to stay awake so I can do the laundry and do the cooking and cleaning and take care of my husband and my kids. And I have to go to school and I have to go to work. So it's like there's no end to it. And I barely have time to sleep. And I feel exhausted, but the caffeine will, keep me up.
Yeah, keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking about the exercise and how you fit that into your life now.
I don't, because I don't have any time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like what do you see happening for yourself?
Well, I mean, it would be nice if my husband chipped in and, did some of the housework so that I could actually take naps or go to sleep, at night or in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice. So if you had a little more help with housework or a little less housework to do, I can't make your husband help you with the housework. But
I can ask him, maybe.
Maybe. Does he help out with other things?
Well, I've never really asked him for anything. I just kind of do everything because, I like to have control over the way things are at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried that, he would use toxic chemicals to clean with, and then my kids would be exposed to those. But, I guess I could trust him a little bit more.
Yeah, and if you already have the normal stuff you use in the house too, then he could be using the products that you endorse.
That's true. I could set it up for him.
Now, can you tell me about, so what would that look like for you? So if your husband were to help with some more chores, how would that be of benefit to your situation?
Well, if he was doing the chores, then maybe I could take a nap and I wouldn't have to drink like an extra cup of coffee super early in the morning to get the laundry done and scrub the floors.
Mm-hmm. Scrubbing floors requires a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, so besides the handing the work over to your husband, are there any other things that you've thought of before that could help to give you more energy?
Well, when I used to exercise, I had a lot more energy. So I guess if my husband did more of the chores, I could use some of that time for exercise. So I'm like chronically sleepy.
Yeah. If you could think of an exercise plan or a what would that look like for a regiment for you?
Well, I'd probably just, go running for like 20 minutes first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I'd probably have my cup of coffee before the run, but then I might not need more coffee,
Mm-hmm. So after you have a run or exercise, does it like make you desire caffeine less, or how does that work?
I don't know. I haven't tried it, so it's just something I'm willing to try, I think. But I don't really know if it's gonna work.
Okay. And so, can you tell me a little bit about how motivated you feel to make the changes with after the doctor has told you? And is there anything else that's kind of weighing on you about the caffeine?
Well, I'm motivated to get healthy and to reduce my caffeine intake, but I just think that, like, my anxiety isn't just the caffeine. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I think I would be willing to talk to my doctor about maybe getting medication for my anxiety as well.
Okay. So perhaps with anxiety medication, perhaps maybe help having your husband to help you lighten the load, and getting some exercise. What do you hope life will look like after you do those things and you're drinking less caffeine?
Well, I hope that, I just feel better throughout the day doing the things that I have to do. And I'd like to actually be excited about the things I do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially spending time with my kids. Sometimes it feels like a chore because I'm so tired.
It sounds like you experience a lot of joy with hanging out with them. Do you ever get exercise with the kids?
That's interesting. I guess I don't, but I could. Maybe we could go to mom and kids yoga.
I've heard those can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we can go rock climbing together as a family.
That's high energy, high impact, and good bonding.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now I see it better. I think this is possible.
Good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Goodbye.